Something has finally started to happen for Animal Crossing and the Nintendo Switch in 2024, and it's really good news for the future. So as we know, Animal Crossing New Horizons is incredibly successful. It is the second best-selling game on the Nintendo Switch with this many units sold, and also the best-selling game of all time in Japan. And many people might be surprised that it still continues to sell really well even now, despite the fact that updates stopped for the game back in late 2021. However, a certain trend has started to happen which gives us a very good indication of what we can expect for the future of Animal Crossing, and the Nintendo Switch as a whole. Now, you might remember that earlier this year, Nintendo confirmed the existence of the successor to the Nintendo Switch, which we will get an announcement about in this fiscal year, which means we will get it before March 2025. Leave a like on the video if you hope that announcement includes something about Animal Crossing, because I certainly do. So we know for a fact that Nintendo has been winding down the current Nintendo Switch, releasing less major games for it, saving everything up for the next console, which isn't that far away realistically. And it feels very apparent that this is what they are doing for Animal Crossing. There's no way they're going to release anything Animal Crossing related on the Nintendo Switch, especially now. Nintendo just released their financial report for the second half of 2024. We can see that the sales for the Nintendo Switch have dropped a lot in 2024. A big part of this is the fact that they didn't release a game like Tears of the Kingdom last year, which was a massive seller. This year they've really had very few releases. And that is definitely purposeful, as they're saving their big games for the successor to the Nintendo Switch, and that would include franchises like Animal Crossing. As we know, Animal Crossing is a massive seller, so they're going to save those sales for the next console, especially as Animal Crossing will be able to help people buy the new console right away. An interesting trend that we can see with their latest financial report is that sales have actually been down for a lot of their major games, and this includes Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now, it is still selling incredibly well, with nearly 500,000 units sold since March 2024, which is pretty crazy for a game this old at this point, but it is definitely down from what it usually is at this point. And that is because so many people already own Animal Crossing New Horizons and already own a Nintendo Switch, so there's not that many more copies to really sell at this point in the game's lifespan. Even if Nintendo dropped a huge new update at this point, it's very unlikely that it would increase the sales that much more, so that's another reason why they probably wouldn't consider doing anything like that. All of this is very good evidence that the successor to Nintendo Switch really isn't that far off at this point. And I think looking at how well Animal Crossing New Horizons has done compared to every other game on Nintendo Switch, it is very evident that we will see something Animal Crossing related very early on for the successor to Nintendo Switch. Perhaps that might even be why they decided to cut out updates for New Horizons so early, so they could immediately begin work on the new Animal Crossing game. After all, we have to remember that Nintendo themselves have likely been developing the successor to the Nintendo Switch for many years now. I know a lot of you have hoped and maybe even worried about whether we will get an Animal Crossing launch title on the successor, and personally I'm not so sure it'll be a launch title, but I very much could see Nintendo announcing it to release within the first year of the new console. Like I've said before in these videos, Nintendo knows that Animal Crossing sells consoles. It doesn't just make sales in terms of people buying the game, people buy the console so they can play the game. I know many of you who watch my videos specifically bought a Switch just to play Animal Crossing. And Nintendo knows this too, they have the data to prove that. So I can't imagine them delaying a release for an Animal Crossing game when they need these sales for a new console. It's very much like how we'll probably see Mario Kart 9 release very soon into the lifespan of the new console. That's why I don't think we're going to see anything new on the Nintendo Switch at this point, probably not even a port of an older game on Switch Online, sadly. I know that will be disappointing to Nintendo Switch owners, but let's be realistic, Nintendo is going to try and save everything Animal Crossing related for their new console so they can get those sales. They are a business after all, so all of their decisions are going to be based on things like that. But for those of us planning to get the new console, I definitely think we're in for a very exciting time as an Animal Crossing fan, and I can't wait to see exactly what they've got planned. Don't get me wrong though, still a lot of people are joining our community. We've had nearly 500,000 players join us since March, which isn't a tiny amount honestly. That is a lot of people for a game that has been out for over 4 years now. It shows how successful the era of the Nintendo Switch really was, but I genuinely do feel like Nintendo wants to see that success on the new console too, and that will have to involve a new Animal Crossing game and Animal Crossing related products as well. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you made it to the end, be sure to comment Bob's Gang so I know you did. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe and turn on notifications for more.